Hi everyone. It's a little bit of a I don't want to call it a tough question about how to engage people online well, but I think maybe what I want to start off with is maybe asking you to recognize that since the pandemic began, people have been doing a lot of Zoom and they are quite tired. And so some of the things that we might see now where people turn their cameras off and you know have a hard time contributing, or maybe it's hard to get engagement. it's not it's not necessarily a reflection on you. It's we've been spending a lot of time in this medium, and I have mixed feelings on it. On one hand, I'm glad that there is uh Zoom allows for us to do things more cheaply. It allows us to engage different countries and make access to really high quality events much more of a possibility. But at the same time, it is harder, I think, at least in my experience, to gauge some of the nonverbals and the ways in which people might, be moved by something on a computer camera than it is in person. So I'll just give you a couple of my things that I've noticed, having done quite a few of these things online. Number one, if it's possible to have people have their cameras on, that would be preferred, but that's not always the case. In the event that you do and you can see them, do pay very, very close attention to nonverbals. So, you know, you could actually kind of tell if they're looking at the camera, which means looking at you, or looking at another screen checking their email. You can tell, sometimes the nodding that people do is an indication that what you're saying is resonating, that it's landing well. Do still look for that. I mean, it's obviously you're gonna get a lot more of that in person than you will online, but I think it's worth it to it's good to have that one person who nods. You know, it's reinforcing. Um, the second thing is, lean into the chat. Lean into the chat. For some people, it's just that much more comfortable to type a response. And so to the extent that you can multitask and uh look at chat questions or chat comments at the same time as you are talking, try to balance it too, because you don't want to really force people to have to turn the camera on if for whatever reason they're not in a situation to do that. So do lean into the chat. Okay, I'm actually going to give you one more. I know I said two, but I'll do one more. um if you have somebody you can plant, if I don't know if I can call it that, but somebody, a friend, or maybe even the moderator who can um you can tell them like, hey, if nobody's asking a question, could you lead off with this question? That kind of thing. Because depending on what you're talking about, sometimes people need a little bit of an on-ramp to feel comfortable to start asking questions. So if you have somebody you can plant to get the question and answer going, that would be very, very helpful. So I'm sure there's more, but I'll leave you with that, and I hope that it's helpful. Good luck, my friends.